the different leaders of the world now, man, we're able to hold them like this, man, on their feet. Because we're going to be a lot taller than them now, man, you know?
Right.
We're going to have those mighty bodies, hold the Rothschild, man, lift them up in the air with one hand, you know, because we'll be powerful beings. Okay, we're going to be like Superman, man, you see? 3 of them, man, we'll laugh, man, we chuck them in the pit, keep them there for a few days, man, you know? You know when somebody's been there, that movie they wrote the guys that were in the basement, and then when you open the light, that would be them, man. That's literally them, and they have not eaten for days. They'll be all skinny and shit. You know, they would have probably started eating each other. Who knows, man? What's gonna happen there, man? Okay, but those people, man, they probably never lifted a spoon in their life, man. You know, somebody choose their food for them, man. That's how high and mighty they are, man. Those motherfuckers, man. You know, if you look at the Rothschild history, man, it goes back to the 1800s, man.
Earlier than that, the Napoleon Wars, the Waterloo Wars.
You know? So every generation that's been born from them till now, man, has been born in nothing but riches. Literally billions, man. You're just born in billions. You know, their children, just born in billions, man. You know? They're just born owning shit. You don't even have a name yet, but you own half the world, man. You know? Any more?
That's it.
Okay, go ahead.
This is Psalms 149:4. So it says, "For the Lord taketh pleasure in his people, he will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory, let them sing aloud upon their beds."
Let us be joyful in glory and let us sing aloud on our beds. You know, we're thinking about these things, man, we're joyful, man. You know, even though we're in the condition that we're in now, but we understand the promises that are coming to us. Okay, so we're joyful about that, man. Okay, what does Peter says, man? Unexplainable joy, man. Okay, though for a little season you're in manifold temptation. Okay, though for a little season we're going through what we're going through, but we are really joyful, man. We're happy. Why? Because now the Lord have showed us, man, what He's bringing for us later on, man. Okay, go ahead, Doug.
Verse 6, "Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand."
We're going to have a two-edged sword in our hands. Okay, go ahead.
"To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people."
To execute vengeance upon the heathens and punishment upon the people. So, listen, so revenge is coming, man.
That's right.
Okay? Revenge is part of the promises that the Lord have set up. Okay? Everything that ever happened to us, man, the Lord has revenge for it. Okay?
Verse 8, "To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron."
To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with feathers of irons. Okay? They are kings, man. They are leadership from the top, man. Okay? A lot of these average Joes out here, man, they're just gonna die in the things that are coming, man.
That's right.
Okay, but your leaders, they've got escape plans. They got places that they can hide. Okay, they go bunkers, they go underwater cities, they go Elysium in the sky, some goddamn somewhere, man, where they can go to, man. They go tunnels, okay, secret places that they can go to, man. But we're gonna go and gather them from there, man. So they'll be the ones that are gonna go into slavery first, okay. It says to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of irons, man. Okay, chains on their necks, chains on their hands. Okay, line them up, and the way they led us into slavery, that's how they're gonna be led into slavery. Okay. Go ahead, Doug.
Verse 9, "To execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints, praising the Lord."
Go ahead.
Verse 9, so Psalms 149 and 9. "To execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints, praising the Lord."
To execute the judgment written. And what's the judgment written, man? Slavery. Okay. To us to have rule over you. Okay. To do to us, to do to you what you did to us. Okay. He that leadeth into captivity. Okay, this honor have all his saints, man. So all Israel, who are the saints? The Israelites. Okay, all Israel have this honor. All Israel. That's why you go eat Israel. Check that, go and eat my friend, man. I'm not gonna have slaves in the kingdom. You know, but as soon as they got, they're gonna have a different spirit in the kingdom, man.
Yeah.
They're not gonna be saying that. You're gonna have slaves, man. You know, those same, the ones that were friends of yours, man, you're gonna chain them up yourself, man.
That's right.
You know? Is there any more?
This is 1 Thessalonians and 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
It's a righteous thing from the Most High to recompense. Recompense is what? Revenge, man. To recompense. Go ahead.
And to you who are troubled, rest with us.
So read that below.
Slakia. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
To recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Okay? It's a righteous thing. Okay? What does the word indignation mean?
Righteous anger.
Righteous anger, man. Okay, so it'll be the Lord bringing the things that He's gonna bring to you, man. It's gonna be righteous anger.
That's right.
Okay, the destruction, the slavery. Okay, the Lord is gonna make a difference between us and everybody else, man. He's gonna show that after all this, we were His people at the end of the day, man. Okay, because they think it's like, you know, like a fairy tale, man. If you don't believe, then it's gonna go away. You know. What does Scripture say, man? What if some do not believe? You see? Right.
Man, I just say that's complete folly. You know, they say, you just said if they don't believe it might go away. Let's say you get a bill, like you've got to pay your rent by the 16th of the month. If you ignore that letter, will it go away?
Hey, that's a good analogy.
So with the payment that's due to the Most High, it ain't going away.
Tab.
Yeah, that's the tab. They've got to pay.
Gonna pay, man. Okay. Esau's gonna pay, man. Okay. As there's the Scriptures. Okay. I don't know if you brothers go.
Still got
Precept
precepts
on.
to go.
It's
It's like, did you finish that one? Okay, get that one, then go back that one. Yeah.
It's Revelation 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
It says, he that leadeth into captivity must go into captivity. What's captivity? Slavery, man. One people that take another people into slavery, they must go into slavery.
That's right.
Okay? One people that kills another people with a sword, they must be killed with a sword. Okay? Who kills people with the sword now, man? Okay? Esau-Edom. Esau-Edom lives by the sword. Alright? They that live by the sword shall die by the sword. Alright? Fancy ass fucking cars and shit. Anymore?
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. This is what the saints are waiting for. Okay? They are waiting for these promises to be given to them. Okay? Go.
Got Isaiah 2.
Right.
This is Isaiah 2. The word of the Lord.
From one. What verse?
It's Isaiah 2.
And one.
Second one. All the way
No, so
down.
what verse?
Reading Isaiah 2 and 1. The word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains.
The mountain of the Lord's house. The mountain of the Lord's house is the Israelites. Okay, the elect. Beginning with the elect. We're the ones that are going to be established first. Okay, and the rest of Israel will come after. Okay, go ahead, Ash.
And shall be exalted above the hills, and all the nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord Yahweh, to the house of the Most High, the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways.
When the Lord gave us the law, such the commandments at the beginning, this was what was really supposed to happen, man. The other nations were supposed to envy us and try and replicate our ways. But instead, man, we envied them instead and followed their way. This is why we went into captivity. Okay, but it's supposed to be the other way around, man. Okay, but this time now, when the Lord gives us the blessings, gives us our own land, the other nations now, they're gonna wanna come to us and learn from us. Okay.
And we will walk in his paths, for out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord Yahweh from Jerusalem.
There's a people right now that calling themselves the Jews. Okay, is every nation going after them, trying to learn of their ways? No, man. Other nations want to bomb them off, man.
That's right.
Okay, that's why they're causing all these little different things, incidents to happen around the world, you know, to justify anybody that to justify the laws that they want to put in place for anyone that speaks up against the so-called Jew today, man. Okay, anti-Semitism today is basically, man, if you speak up against anything that the so-called Jew today, then you're anti-Sem. What do you call it?
Anti-Semite.
Anti-Semite. Okay. If you say the Jews, the so-called Jew financiers, all these different wars going around, anti-Semitism. The so-called Jew own everything, anti-Semitism. And it will be the truth.
God.
You know, and it literally will be the truth, man. But if you speak it, it's anti-Semitism, man.
It's funny because one time I uploaded a video, right, of this so-called Jew. He was actually saying it in an interview. He said, he said the Jews, we disproportionately run the media, the banks, the diamond district. And when I uploaded that clip, it got taken down because it was hate speech. So the irony in that was funny, yeah.
I just showed you they own everything, man.
Yeah.
A brother posted something. He said, if you wanna know who's really in control, find out who you can speak about, man. You know, that's how you find out who's really in control, man.
The funny thing was there was a so-called Jew saying that himself.
Yeah.
Out of the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
And they don't like him, man. Nah, take it out. Any more?
That's it.
Is the point been made where you brought the precept out? Okay. Any more? You got precept?
Yeah, I've got this. Amos 9 and 9 says, "For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve."
It says, I will sift the house of Israel among all nations. Okay, so it's the Israelites that have been taken from among all nations. Right now, the Lord is sifting. The internet is going out among all these different nations. Because a lot of us have come from these different nations. Okay, a lot of us, when if you look at the tribe sign, where we come from, it's not on there, man. Okay, but how do we know we're Israelites, man? By faith. Okay, how do we know we're Israelites, man? Because we've received the word, man. Okay, understood it, and now we're teaching it now, man. And the Lord have already said, man, He does not deal with other nations, man. Okay, any more precepts? Huh? Oh, go ahead.
It says, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. Verse 11, in that day I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof.
Like right now, man, what was the tabernacle of David, man? The tabernacle of David consisted of what, man? All the tribes together. After Solomon died, man, the Lord split the kingdom. Okay? So the tabernacle of David is the one that consisted of all the tribes together. And the breaches thereof, man, is the differences that we had, because we've never come, both the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, ever since they've split, they've never come together until now, man. Okay, by way of this truth, man. This is the first time that we're actually coming together as a nation. Okay? After the kingdom of Assyria, the northern kingdom, man, got even taken away, man. They left, they went to the Americas. And they've been there since until to this very day. Okay, so it's today that the Lord is sealing those breaches. Those are the differences that we had. All the beefs that we had, man. And this is why you're seeing the different camps, when you're seeing Mexicans, you're seeing what's the other countries?
Brazilians,
Colombians, you see?
Argentinians.
What's the other one?
Peruvians.
What's different? Puerto Ricans is what I was looking for at the beginning.
Peruvians, Bolivians.
You see? And you're seeing Judites and Benjamites. You're seeing them all together, man, standing, man, under one word. Okay, one belief, man. Okay? Both are teaching the same thing. Alright? We've never come together, man, ever since the split. So the Lord is raising up the tabernacle of David now. Okay? And this is what we say, man, at one point when David was here, man. Okay? Another precept.
Yeah, I've got a precept just to back that up. It says Isaiah 11 and 13. So it says the envy also of Ephraim. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
See, Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim, man. We're gonna be together as one nation. Somebody get Judah and Ephraim shall be oppressed together. And also Jeremiah, where it says we shall be. I'll set you out in a second. Okay, because at one point, man, at one point we would have to come together, man. I was listening to Apostle Tahaz, one of his recent videos. He was speaking about, when you read about the commentaries, Esau, when Esau is going through the precepts, man, and when they don't understand what it means, what they do, they just make up something about it, man.
They freestyle it.
Yeah, because it's like you can't really explain after this, because the two kingdoms split. So they don't know how to explain when the scripture speaks about Ephraim and Judah being oppressed together. Okay, they don't know where in the history they're gonna be oppressed together. You see, because in the whole history, man, even going back to the New Testament, the northern kingdom was not there. Okay, so where were they oppressed together? After you read after the kingdom of Assyria, the northern kingdom was gone now. They left, and you have to go in the Apocrypha where it tells you when they went in another land. And then it became just the southern kingdom, and all the way to the Lord came, okay? And then the Lord left. Alright, so everything is understood by the Spirit, man. Okay, spiritual men are the ones that are going to have the understanding of this, of what's actually going on, man. What happened to the northern kingdom? They always say the 10 lost tribes, man, and every now and again they'll get some tribe from Cambodia somewhere and say, oh, we found the 10 lost tribes. I seen one time when these guys in the airport now, I think they went to Jerusalem, they look like Moabites, and they said, oh, they've discovered the 10 lost tribes. Sometimes they say, oh, the 10 lost tribes are in Africa somewhere. They'll point at everybody else except the actual people, man. Did you find that precept?
Yeah, this is Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus saith the Lord, thy power of hosts, the Lord Yahweh Shemashai of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go.
You see, the point is the children of Israel and the children of Judah shall be oppressed together. Okay, so at one point of time, and we had to be together somewhere. Okay, we're together in the Americas now, man. Together now. Okay, the Israelites that are in Americas and the ones that are scattered all over the place, man. Okay, some of you brothers can be of the northern kingdom. We don't know. The brother believe. What tribe do you believe you're from?
Simeon.
You say you could be Simeon.
I've done some more research. I can't say no more, man. It's getting a bit complicated now.
You don't know. You could say you're a Benjamin, man. I'm actually be from an Issacharite or something else. You say you got precept?
Yeah, I was just going to say that, that's how it's talking about America, because here in England you'll be hard pressed to find a northern kingdom. I might stumble across a Colombian and be shocked that I meet a Southern Colombian, because it's so rare to find them. So that's how it's talking about America.
I remember at the coach station I met this one girl, man. She's from, I believe, is she from Brazil? But she was trying to find a coach. She just started talking to me like she knew me. Like out of everybody else, she just came to me and started talking to me like she knows me. She explained to me what's happening to her and all that stuff. But it's that spirit, man. Sometimes there's always a connection between our people, man. You got precept?
Yeah, this is 2nd Ezra 13 and 40. So it says, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanasseh the king of Assyria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land.
I might be Simeon, Salaki, I might be Simeon. Might, that's a might with a question mark.
Will that be against Salaki?
This is 2nd Ezra 13 and 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king.
In the time of Hosea the king. You can read about that in the books of Kings, in the book of Chronicles. Okay, go ahead.
Whom Salmanasseh the king of Assyria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen.
That's the mystery of the 10 lost tribes. It gives you the answer right there. Okay, go ahead.
That they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
And go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. What's his name, man? Columbus, he knew about this precept, man. He mentioned it. They mentioned it in the movie. So you know, Esau knows as the records of the history, because he referenced Ezra in the movie about the records of Ezra. Okay, so Ezra was a Jew, so they knew exactly what they were gonna find if they go to the Americas, man. Okay, they knew there should be a people there that went there a long time ago, wherever mankind dwelt. You had the Hamites that used to travel back and forth between the time of King Solomon. They will get precious, they will get trees and certain things that you could only find there, different animals that you could only find there. They will make the journey, but nobody ever settled in that land. Okay, it took like a year and a half to go, and a year, am I correct, right? A year and a half to go, and a year to come back. Okay, but nobody ever settled. So the records were there about that particular land. The maps were there about that particular land. Okay, so when the Northern Kingdom decided to leave the market of the heathens, they knew that where they were going, that there was a land there. Okay, because everything that every kingdom and everything that was happening was all in the east, the north part of Africa, in the east, you know, Israel and all these different regions around, man. That was the known world at that time. But there was the Americas where nobody really settled down there. Nobody really. There wasn't really anything going on there, man. That's why there's no records of the Greeks going over there. There's no records of the Romans ever going there. Okay? So that's where the Northern Kingdom went. And that's the mystery of the 10 tribes, man. Okay? Is there more?
Yeah. It says, wherever mankind dwelt, verse 42, that they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
Yeah, man, because after that, because they knew, like at that point is like they knew the reason why they were in captivity in the first place is because they were not keeping the laws that the Lord gave them. So they decided, you know what, the best thing for us to do is let's go to another land and start all over again, man, and start keeping the laws there. Okay, but who knows how long that went on for, man? Because you know, by the time Columbus and them came there, man, they were hella going off, man. Human sacrifices and stuff. You see, and that's why now, like in that movie Apocalypto, even though Israel was killing each other at that time, man, the real apocalypse, man, started when the ships came, man. You see, at the end of the movie, man, then it just stops, man. Esau knows, man. Esau really knows, man. You see? Any more?
Yeah, just a few more verses. It says, verse 43, and they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood till they were passed over.
So the Lord was with it, man. The Lord was with it for them to go to the Americas. Okay, that's why all those places, man, with all those storms and the waters that are hard to travel through, the Lord held them still, and the Lord showed them signs, man, directions, really. Okay, you had is it Issachar that were good at navigating the stars?
Yeah.
Issachar, they were good at the navigation and reading the stars. Okay, so the Lord was with it for them to go to the Americas. Okay, and then Judah, later on, when Judah God brought the Americas, man, by way of slavery. Okay, and that's why now all Israel now we're oppressed together at one point now. All of us now we end up in the same place now, Babylon the Great. Okay, let's get Hosea and then the Baba coming.
This is Hosea.
Oh, it's not finished.
No.
Okay, so like this.
It says, for through verse 45, for through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half. So verse 45, for through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half.
The ships that they had at that time, it took a year and a half. Today it won't take you a year and a half. Today it will take you a couple of days, maybe days, innit? The ships today, yeah. But in the history, man, if you go back to King Solomon there, man, the place where them Hamites were going, it took a year and a half. The place that they were going in the thing, it took them a year and a half. Because why? Because they're going to the same place, man, to go get, the Americas. Go ahead.
And that same region is called Asareth.
Asareth, I believe it means another land.
That's right.
Anymore?
Then dwelt they until the latter time, and now when they shall begin to come.
Then dwelt they until the latter time. So they never went back ever to Israel, man. What's the latter times? Today, man. We're in the latter times, man, the end days. Okay? Get that, so let me just see the Bible.
This is Hosea 1 and 11. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together.
Then shall the children of Judah, which is the southern kingdom, and the children of Israel, which is the northern kingdom, be gathered together. Okay? Go ahead.
And appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel.
And shall appoint themselves one head. Who's that one head? Like you read earlier on, man, the tabernacles of David, man. Okay? So the children of Israel at one point, at some point, they want to all the tribes have to come together. And this is happening now, man, by the word of the Lord, man. Okay, so in the presence of our enemies. Okay? Any more?
That's it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, hold on. Because as the brother was saying, man, you got what's it, man? Over there in the Americas, was it Gad and Reuben, man? And they're very, when you look at their characteristics and the nature of them, they're very in tune with the earth type of people, man. Okay, especially Gad, out of the two, both of them, Gad and Reuben. Alright? And they, as the brother was saying, even before Columbus got over there, they started going off, man. Because they have this chant, which is the name of the Heavenly Father, but it's a bit distorted. Our ha, our ha, ha, our ha. That's a very well-known Gadite chant, okay? And that's pretty much the enchanting or the invocation of the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. Okay, but they started worshipping the earth itself. Okay, that's where you get that Gaia movement from, or planet Earth, Mother Earth, and they respect the earth because they lived off it, because that place was a paradise before Edomites got over there and started fucking it up, man. Okay, so they were very in tune with the earth, but they were, as the brother was saying, they went off, man. You know, so the Lord's protection, because when you go away from the laws and statutes and commandments, the Lord's protection comes off you, man. So that was because as the brother was saying, whatever the Lord does to us, it has to be a reason or a righteous cause behind it. The Lord ain't gonna fuck you up for no reason, man. So because we went away from that and our enemies came, they wiped them off the land, man. That's why you got Gad and Reuben on reservations and stuff like that, man. You know, when we were all over there, man. You got some
So Genesis 49:1, and Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I might tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. So I'll just skip down to verse 19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last.
Yeah, because in the Hebrew, the word God means troop. Okay? You know, and he was to be overcome, and he was overcome, man. But he's going to overcome at the last. Okay, as with all of the other tribes, man. Okay, but Gad's wipeout was very cruel, man. Okay, you know, you having all this land and then you just got shoved to the side, the worst part of the land. You know, that was a significant part for Gad.
Yeah, so I jump up to verse 13. It says, Zebulun shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and he shall be for an haven of ships, and his border shall be unto Zidon.
And when you look at their, especially Gadite and Reubenite spirits, man, they're very like free-flowing people, man. Okay, if a brother's got that type of free-flowing spirit, you know, he might be from the tribe of Gad or Reuben, man, because that's the nature that the Lord put on them, and that's the nature that they possessed that land when they were over there. As the brother was saying, the Lord was with that, man. Okay, the Lord took them there, man. And that's why, in fact, let's get it in John, man. The Hawashai couldn't forget about it.
John 10 and 27. This is John 10 and 27. My sheep hear my voice.
Hold on, isn't that? No, so like, start at 15.
This is John 10 and 15. As the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father. And I lay down my life for the sheep. And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold.
Yeah, man. And Yahushua was talking about the other tribes, man. Okay, because predominantly in Judea, Jerusalem, I mean, you had remnants of all the tribes here and there, but the predominant people were Judah and Benjamin and Levi, man. Okay, but predominantly that Judah had a very heavy presence there, man. Now, Jews, or the word Jew means pertaining or like Judah. Okay, but colloquially, all three tribes, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, were put together and called the Jews. Okay, you know. And they thought, well, look, at the time, well, the other tribes, maybe, you know, they just think they ain't going to inherit the kingdom, or, you know, it's just us now. Okay, but Yahushua had to make it a point that, look, I have sheep of another fold. Okay, these were the rest of the tribes, man. You know, that weren't, that didn't have a heavy presence over there in Judea, man. Read that again.
And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold. Them also I must bring. And they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd.
Exactly, man. Let's get, in fact, we don't need to get it. But yeah, he said, them also I must bring, man. That's why when you go to Revelation and it tells you how much is sealed from each tribe, it ain't talking about Judah, Benjamin, and Levi only. It mentions all 12 tribes, man. Okay, because they must be brought along, man, so that the prophecies can be fulfilled. Why? Because the scripture says, all Israel shall be saved, man.
And that's why you've got accounts when you go into certain Gadites and
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
armies.
No, go for it.
You've got certain accounts, especially down there in Mexico, of a figure, a god called Quetzalcoatl. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And it was basically someone that visited them during a period of time. And that was Yahushua.
Yeah, Yahushua went over there, okay, and he taught the other tribes, man. Okay.
And they know that that same man, he came with something known as UFOs, chariots, man. It didn't just appear to them, and that's why there's record. That's why there's always a big link between those people and so-called UFOs. When you look at the History Channel, when they're speaking about UFOs, they're constantly speaking about the Latin tribes.
Yeah. So Yahushua actually took a UFO and went there and taught the people, man. Okay. You know, and they heard him out, man. Okay. You know, so that they could hear the word, man. You know.
Wherefore doth my Father love me, because I lay down my life that I might take it again. No man taketh it from me, but I lay it down of myself. I have power to lay it down, and I have power to take it again.
Yeah, so basically Yahushua laid down his life, because the brother was talking about the other tribes, man, for all of Israel, man. Okay, starting with the elect. Okay, that's the reason why Yahushua laid his life down, man. You know, and I was thinking about this the other day. You know, when you talk about the Lord laying his life down, man, you got to talk about the Lord picking it up again. You know, because if he just laid his life down, then so what? He's dead. You know, we gonna be in captivity forever until there's no flesh to save, as the scripture says, man. You know, but the Lord rose for. In fact, get Matthew 26. Start from around 43. Okay, because this is the Yahushua's death and resurrection. Okay, is the covenant made new with all 12 tribes, man. Okay, that's why he said, "Behold, I make all things new." He's the connection between the Heavenly Father Yahweh and all of Israel, man. Okay, you got it.
It's Matthew 26 and 43. And he came and found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy. And he left them and went away again, and prayed the third time, saying the same words.
Is it that or what? No, it's not. Yes, my bad. 1 second. I'm really looking it up. What are you looking for? The two angels that were in the tomb with Mark. Yeah, Mark chapter 5. Let's get it. Two angels were in the tomb, man. No, it's not Mark 5.
Try and look.
Where is this stuff? In fact, let's get it. Joseph.